We are back down here in Oxford Mills for episode 5 of our build series. A lot has changed. We have finished framing. We are motoring through rough-in, and as you can see above me, the roof is already on. So why don't I bring you inside, show you what's going on, show you what's coming up, and I really want to talk to you a bit about the small details that we use to help just improve the build overall. All right, let's go. You join me now inside one of the kids' bathrooms. We've been motoring ahead on plumbing rough-in, HVAC rough-in, electrical rough-in. We're gonna be wrapping those up this week, early next week, and insulators are right behind them. Now you'll notice we don't actually have our windows in yet. That's by design. A, because it's so hot outside right now, it's far easier to leave them out. And B, when the insulators come, they actually prefer this because then they don't have to plastic off all the windows and turn this place into a literal sauna. So we've left them out. We're gonna throw them in as soon as the installation's done so that we don't get any water damage and kind of just follow behind them. But we do have to stay outside. Obviously with spray foam insulation, you have problems with respirators, air quality, things like that. So we always want to make sure we're being conscious of that. So that's what's going on here. Like I said, mechanical rough-in's almost done, not a big deal. We're in one of the bathrooms right now. The little things matter quite a bit in these builds, and I want to explain a bit about how we do things. So backing and blocking is really, really important. We don't like using drywall anchors whenever it can be avoided. And so as a result, we put backing and blocking in all the areas that we're ever gonna have to possibly drive a screw through and to hang something. So these are for the mirrors above the vanity, for example. There's spaces, we put backing for all the towel bars, like this right here. We put backing for the toilet paper holder. We put backing for all the cabinetry, all the armoires, closet hooks, anything that we can think of. We go through the drawings, we mark them up, and we double and triple and quadruple check to make sure that we have backing and blocking for everything. So that way when it comes to accessory install, we're just firing them in, we don't have to think about it, we're not trying to grab drywall plugs, and make sure that we have enough weight bearing on those items. So that's why we go through and do all this. As part of the backing and blocking, we also do drywall edges, so that we always have a corner on the drywall, which we haven't done here yet. But let's flip around a little bit. You can see we've strapped out this wall here to accommodate extra insulation. There's going to be plumbing that's going inside this wall. So we've furred it out here, put our backing and blocking in, and that way we can accommodate insulation and all of our plumbing supply lines without any problems. We've also framed in all of our drywall backing right here to make sure that the drywall guys have something to screw to and they're not putting metal flanges around. So we really take the time to go through and do all that. Above us, we're going to be doing poly and then strapping afterwards to make sure that we can level off our ceiling should there be any problems down the road. Really going through and making sure that we just have all our edges tightened up, everything's done properly. One of the things we also do is ladder backing versus drywall backing on this side. So you can see it hasn't been screwed in yet, but once they do that, or nailed in, once they do that though, we're just gonna help increase our racking strength. Great thing about 24-inch centers is you can kind of just walk through walls. In our utility rooms, it's 3/4 plywood everywhere in the entire room. We painted out to match, but this gives an opportunity to put, this closet is very busy. There's an electrical panel here, there's a heating manifold here, and then we're gonna actually be putting a network rack up here, all tied in. And then on top of that, we were using this as a joint here for our main stack to tie in to the floor, and we've got our clean out to the septic system. So you can see how busy it is over here. We're on the back side of the fireplace. This is kind of the playroom for the kids. Back side of the fireplace, again, we're gonna be hanging all this stuff here. Once the electrical's in, we're also gonna be putting backing for all the television. So taking the time to make sure we really go through and have backing in every little location is absolutely critical to us. There's insulation starting the week after. Well, we're gonna be doing a big thing on siding. We're putting hardy on the entire exterior, so we're gonna be focusing on that as well. Coming up, we'll start to close it in, get drywall in, and then we can really start talking about finishes. That's all I really had to show for you today. That's it. I'll see you next time.